Stephanie had been in several schools. None of them seemed to be able to deal with her learning differences.
Our son was struggling in the environment he was in, and felt that he was much, he had so much more to give, and he wasn't learning all that he could where he was at. And here we've seen his confidence build. We've seen him talking to us more open about school, discussing the things he's learning, and just overall showing a much better comprehension of what he's being taught.
We were in the public school system, and he just really struggled.
Because I know his intellectual abilities, but I recognize that he has different learning capacity.
After much research and, to try and find the right place where they could work with him, and I think just the smaller classrooms and, the teacher-student ratio and the patience, is kind of what led us here.
And just had that feeling that he was going to need a smaller environment.
She's just improved, dramatically in the short time that she's been here, right, compared to where she'd been before academically. And also confidence-wise, her confidence level has just shot through the roof. I mean, it's amazing how confident she is in herself and her ability to do the tasks that are given to her.
Self-confidence, self-advocacy, and a less fear of technology.
It's great. The transformation has been enormous. Charles literally was very introverted when he came here, angry, felt misunderstood, very resistant to change. His first year, I saw just little bitty instances of him, kind of breaking out of that shell because he realized that he wasn't alone.
The structure and the support, within the school.
Definitely I had seen the improvement in his self-esteem.
There's no question that they benefited from Hill School. And I think if I were to pick one thing that I think both boys came out of here with was it gave them both the opportunity to develop leadership skills.
He feels more confident in his reading abilities. He looks forward to coming to school.
That they cared for each other, and that they were all here for the same goal, to learn and to advance themselves in a safe environment.
And that's one of the things that I really like, is that all kids are unique. And so here, Eli, when he had accommodations in school last year, he was different than everyone else, because he's pulled aside. But here, it's just part of what they do for everyone. So he doesn't feel different, and that's really built his self-confidence.
So the kids are supportive of each other. When our child has trouble focusing on doing his homework, the attitude of the other kids is, well, get it done. And I like that the kids are positively encouraging each other.
Kids with the same kind of interest of my son, with some kind of learning limitations or differences. There are kids that are here just because brother or sister are here, so there is a whole spectrum. So I don't think that creates a stigma.
The other kids are great. She's made so many friends, and they welcome.
They're just loving, caring kids that accept each other as they are. And
she would say that Hill School was the best educational experience she's had.
To ask them what they felt about Hill School, they would say it was a great place, and the number one thing they would say about the school is the faculty. They would, hands down, and hands down said the reason they loved this school was the people that were their teachers.
Loves the athletic program.
The list probably would go on and on. Charles would tell you that he loves it. He wants to finish here. He feels excited about his position here. Doesn't want to leave.
it makes a whole. It's not just about academics. It's not about, there were other opportunities where she could have attended other schools that focused on learning differences and academic development. But the special thing about Hill School is that we do that, but in addition, the student feels complete in being able to get involved in athletics if you so choose, or in a clubs that have to do with the community service.
It provided a sense of bonding with, or the ability to bond with some of her peers.
The biggest surprises for us about Hill School has been the athletic program. Our son is naturally athletic. In other schools, he sometimes was not getting a lot of playing time because he didn't exactly follow the coach's instructions, or his mind didn't work exactly like the coach expected it to. At Hill, the coaches understand that they might need to modify their explanations in a way that makes sense to these kids. And so our child is now feeling great about his abilities as an athlete. And we think that the coaching staff is just first rate.
I think Hill School just gives a kid the opportunity to explore all the venues, all the things they might want to do that they'd never feel comfortable doing in a larger environment. And I think it's critical. And that's one of the things I loved about this school.
The teachers here have the ability to cut through all of the learning differences, the social awkwardness, to see the potential that each child has.
Wonderful. We feel very welcome from the get-go. Lexi has had no apprehensions, no anxiety. She just stepped in like she's been here forever. And Hill School welcomes us with open arms, and staff's great.
Also to see your child succeed, and when before he was just failing.
And I think it's a very nurturing environment.
The staff here, the teachers, the coaches love these kids, and I see it on a daily basis. You know, that they, just the way they interact with the kids, and you know, the time they put in, and just how much love and care they have for them, and that's huge to me.
It's worth it for your child to feel like they're not alone. It's worth the investment. It's worth the institutional investment, educationally speaking. It's worth the social investment. Overall, your child will be so much better, because mine is.